Hey everybody, this is This Eyes This. Every once in a while I check out a sci-fi show and then do a review on it. In fact, I haven't done a review on a good sci-fi show in a while. But this one's a little bit different because I don't want to do this review and then have a bunch of religious people saying I'm being biased against it because of its religious messages or whatever the crap is in that show. Because, you know what? I'm just going to get this out of the way. I do see myself as somewhat an atheist, but I'm fine with all other religions except for the extremist people. I don't care what religion they're in. An extremist is an extremist. It doesn't really matter to me. But maybe there is a higher power, maybe there isn't. But when it comes to, supernatural shows, I don't hate them. I really don't. And there is even probably a few other atheists who would agree. And I'm not a full atheist, because maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I'm more of a speculative than anything. But I don't know how this really works because I've never been on that whole atheist versus religion nonsense. But like I said, I don't really care about its religious messages or its supernatural shit because there's a show on CW. It's called Supernatural. And I really like that show. First, I hated it because I thought it looked stupid, but after watching a few episodes of it, I realized this is a good show, and it's just fun. It's got a lot of religious stuff and mythologies in there. I said mythologies, but it's actually well put together, and the character development and the stories and the plots are just excellently put together. Is just excellently well executed on this show. And that's what I mainly look for when it comes to these sci-fi shows or religious shows or whatever. I don't care about the religious aspects. I care if it's written well and if it is good. And yeah, Supernatural is written well and is good and it's got great plots. And season by season they just seem to get better in my opinion. But that's Supernatural. We're here to talk about Dominion, the new sci-fi show that came from the movie that everybody wants to forget, Legion. If you haven't seen Legion, good for you because you have just missed one of the god-awful pieces of crap that ever reached film. The religious aspects of this film had nothing to do with the fact that that film was an absolute waste of fucking time. I forget how long it was, but it's a goddamn horrible piece of crap film. And one of Dennis Quaid's worst performance ever. The movie was just bad. I mean, the action was bad, the storyline didn't make any sense, and then they had a follow-up comic book, which is just shoot yourself in the head for even reading that goddamn piece of crap. And now we got Dominion. Dominion, how can I put this in a way? Dominion is a show that nobody asked for or wanted a conclusion to from a piece of shit film that nobody even liked. And now we got this piece of shit. I mean, it's spit and polished and ready to show to everybody. Absolute garbage fest of a fucking TV show. Put on Sci-Fi Channel for some ungodly reason. If you've seen the movie, yeah, the angels went batshit crazy and decided to murder a bunch of half the civilization. Whatever. You know what? If they're not going to stay true to the mythology, fuck you, film. I mean, at least Supernatural was true to its mythologies and all the other mythologies that they crossed with. Dominion and Legion were not. I mean, Legion was a bland, overwritten action flick that didn't make any goddamn sense and lost their audience halfway through. Dominion is pretty much the same goddamn thing. I mean, this is like the sequel to Ghost Runner. Or Ghost Rider. Ghost Runner. Yeah, Ghost Rider. You remember, Ghost Rider 1 was bad and it sucked. And then Ghost Rider 2 came out. A sequel nobody asked for, but we got it anyways. Ghost Rider, The Spirits of Vengeance, which was just equally as bad. But we did get to watch Ghost Rider take a leak. Yay. That, and of course, you've got Nicolas Cage. You know, batshit crazy Nicolas Cage. The guy who's going to be on the remakes of The Last of Us. I'm not getting into that one. I'm just not going to touch that. No. No Left Behind. No touching the Left Behind stuff. That's already a clusterfuck. But Dominion? It's bad. I mean, how bad would I rank it? Right up there with fucking Stargate Universe. Bad. Everybody on Stargate, you remember my rant on Stargate Universe. It's the one that's got the most views on it for some fucked up reason. And a lot of death threats. I probably imagine there'll be a lot of death threats on this one too. But pretty much everybody on that spaceship was all fucking idiots. We can find the center of the universe and touch God himself. Okay. Yeah. Of course, you also had the... I mean, I have nothing against the actors or actresses of Stargate, but that one girl was a fucking idiot. You know, when you're on an invincible starship and its hull gets breached by another starship, you don't stand underneath the fucking light and get adopted like an idiot. You know, you do the smart thing and run the fuck away from the light. Yeah, I got a lot of fond memories of Stargate Universe. Oh, but Dominion's storyline, well, Legion's storyline going on to Dominion never made any fucking sense and was just a practical joke altogether. I mean, the only good person that was in the show was Anthony Head. If you don't know who he was the Watcher guy on the Buffy the Vampire series. I didn't care for Buffy or Angel, but he's a good actor. And, of course, they got him doing an American accent, even though he was born in England. But, well, he's still a good actor. And I don't blame him for being on this type of shit. This type of shit is bad. Of course, he does have a good American accent, though. All southernly, too. And then you've got the worst part of this show. The character development in this show, just like in the movie. And by the way, the guy who directed the movie as well as the pilot for this show was a guy named Scott Stewart. And for the life of him, he can't direct an actual hit. I looked at the short list of the movie. He did all these visual effects, but suddenly he became this director that has directed nothing but flops. I'm not joking. They were all flops. Everything he directed. Legion was a flop. And then you had Priest, which was based on the manga, which was a massive flop. If any of you even remember Priest. Yeah. And then Dark Skies. Yeah, Dark Skies didn't do so well in theaters neither. I mean, some of them got a little bit more extra money on the side, but it wasn't enough to save the film. Any of them. But what really pisses me off, and I swear to God, what really pisses me off about this show, Alex Landern. His name is Alex Landern. He is the chosen one. He was the unborn baby that they were protecting in the movie. Remember my epic rant on a certain video game that a lot of people are tired of hearing me talking about? I'm going to talk about that video game. It's called Metroid Other M. Remember half the shit I said on how god-awful piece of shit that film was? Basically, Samus wouldn't shut the fuck up, cried about a lot of shit, and basically wouldn't shut the fuck up. Oh my God, it came back. It came back in the form of Alex Landern. Oh fucking dear God, no. Yeah, he didn't mostly talk, mainly because there were other characters doing talkings or someone telling him to shut the fuck up. Of course, I didn't like Michael's way of raising Alex, you know. I'm going to raise the chosen one to be the great warrior. I'm going to act like Batman in Frank Miller's god-awful Batman in All-Stars. If you don't know, Batman All-Star was an alternate version of Batman written by Frank Miller. You can check out those reviews on Lucaris on that guy with the glasses. And his way of training Robin was basically hanging him by his foot over a cliff and then dropping him, telling him if he survives the cliff drop, and then manages to get up and actually survive to make it all the way back to the mansion, he can become his partner in crime fighting. Basically, Robin survived the plummet magically and made an axe and started eating dead rats. Basically, Psycho Batman, that's basically what I call him on the Batman All-Stars. He didn't raise a Robin in that comic book. He raised a delusionary psychopath whose only meal was dead rats. Michael was raising the chosen one, Alex Lantern, was basically the same fucking way. Whip him with a whip, put him down in the belows of the belows, and treat him like horse shit. Not exactly the best way to raise a supposed child, chosen one who could save all humanity. But Alex Lantern didn't, grow a backbone and some brass balls. No, he ended up coming out like Samus Anderson. Yeah, I know I screwed up on her fucking name, but I'm just gonna go with it. But he grew up like the main antagonist on fucking Metroid Other M. Samus basically, kept whining and crying and not shutting the fuck up. And guess what Alex does? My parents are dead and I'm lower than rank, and Michael doesn't raise me right. My father has returned, who I thought was dead. Now my father is truly dead, and I found out I'm the chosen one. Why am I the chosen one? That's pretty much Alex Lantern in the entire fucking pilot, and in the fucking second episode. And of course, this show following the same blueprint that everybody's a complete asshole. By the way, Alex in the second episode wants to run away because characters I didn't give a shit about got hurt. You know what? Fuck that little girl. I don't care about her. Show would probably be better off if she's dead anyways. And if you can't tell, I didn't like Batman All-Star. Because Batman's All-Stars way of fighting crime is in the good old kill them all and let God sort them out. I'm not fucking joking. He was killing cops too. But his best action was getting Black Canary and then going into a pier where a couple of drug dealers were at, kill them and half the pier dock workers who weren't selling drugs, and then have Black Canary and him fuck over their dead bodies. Yeah, they literally had sex over their corpses. But Dominion is an abomination all by itself. And it is an abomination of airtime and actual, it's just awful. Do yourself a favor. If you want to watch something else on Sci-Fi or Syphilis channel, because apparently the idiots decided to change the spelling of the Sci-Fi channel to something that sounds like something like a venereal close to that of a venereal disease for some ungodly reason, go watch Defiance or any other show on Sci-Fi or Syphilis. Why? Because Defiance, it's an okay show. It's not the greatest, but it's not too bad. It's watchable. Hell, its video game version is more better than Dominion. Hell, Supernatural is just a fun, fantastical ride where angels can sometimes be bad guys and good guys, whatever. Mainly because there's also demons. But it's just fun, and it's a fun, fantastic show. But in the end, don't watch this show. See ya. Oh, and added one more thing. I really hated how this show basically stole storylines and costumes off of Battlestar Galactica. Really sharp one there, huh? Fucking bullshit show. See ya.